In this tutorial, we're going to go over all the aspects that we have today, which is ever evolving and growing using the Azure network to hold together a lot of our company and our nonprofit. We're going to focus on what we call the Focus Hive, and this is a conglomerate of a lot of companies, schools, and an education consortium where people come together. And as you see here, we have 4 different sectors we're talking about today. Now, the Focus Hive actually has a lot of different sectors, and the idea is to teach people how to do sprints, how to become Scrum Masters, and how to utilize enterprise technology with a conglomerate of information and people all over the world working together. So starting out, we're going to talk about igniting curiosity. Now, this is a section that we have multiple sectors in, and as you see, we have all the way from children all the way up to getting certified and getting badges. It's not necessarily a full degree, but we do have children from 2 years old all the way up to 18 years old in this program. So discussing further on that program, we have the Sunny Hive project for little kids, and then we have K-12, and that K-12 merges into our STEAM Hive program. It's called STEAM Hive because the kids are focusing on science, tech, engineering, arts, and mathematics and mechanics, all within a Hive environment. So when we have people ignite curiosity, they're going to go from a little toddler all the way up through their adolescence, focusing on the core technology that we use in the entire company. They're all going to work inside Azure Active Directory in a cohesive environment where they can interact with each other and use software that will further their career as they go. Once they get the basics down in STEAM, they'll then start focusing their career into other languages, whether that language is Office-oriented, HTML5-oriented, working with Canon in the EOS Academy, or working with Adobe. These are just a few samples of what we have, but really anything that works in the enterprise is what we take these kids and push them towards. And being a partner with Microsoft, we really recommend that they get the Microsoft badges, and we use those Microsoft badges to see the impact that we're having in our technology and the impact each student is having. So the Ignite Curiosity program is actually a core piece. It's the gateway into everything that we do. So if you then relook at this whole mind map and you see if all the kids are coming through there, they can eventually get into other areas of the company. Now, this isn't just for children. With it being not just for children, we also understand a lot of adults are starting their career, not understanding the software, not understanding life that much. So that's where we have our daufruit program. The daufruit program is actually a full company. It's a media production company where we focus on creating social media content, we do content creation, and we also just learn how to collaborate with each other in an office environment. If all you've done is worked at a coffee shop your whole life, or maybe you've been a stay-at-home mom, you're not really going to understand enterprise software. And even with the Ignite Curiosity students, they're also going to be pushed to have internships over here with daufruit. Now, the cool thing about daufruit, this is not our only media production company. So this is a playground. It's a real live work, but it's also a playground. So we're very lenient. And in the core piece of that, you see that we give people access to Microsoft Teams, Office 365. We coach them to put information up on Yammer. They use OneNote to just keep notes and collaborate with each other. They take tasks in very simple Gantt management and Kanban management with Microsoft Planner, and they even learn how to code by grabbing repositories over on GitHub. So that's the core foundation of how daufruit works, and that allows us then to push a lot of data to all these different platforms. So these interns and new people in their career, they can actually have access to social media platforms and be a component on a team to make a difference. And all the while, we have the iBlossom platform. The iBlossom platform is like a diary. People involved in daufruit, they can work on their own life. They can learn how to awaken themselves. It's mainly a platform that all of the students on the daufruit program can go and learn how to blossom themselves, learn better values in life. Because what we find is when people focus on all of this stuff, it just helps their business everywhere. So now that you understand both of those two components, the Ignite Curiosity program and the daufruit program, I want you again just to get an idea of the bigger picture. It should start making more sense even though it looks a little cluttered. We have the gateway for the children, we have the gateway for interns, and for first few year workers. Now we're going to talk about a new area, which is DAO Media. So in DAO Media, this is split up into two distinct areas. Now we take a lot of respect into policies and procedures. We ingest people through Salesforce, Dynamics, and then we use our analytic tools in Power BI to really understand, why are people coming into our companies, and we don't like using opinions. So in this area, over in daufruit, you have opinions and you're young and you're creative. Once you get to the DAO Media category, you're now a professional. You're using enterprise resources. You're working on multi-million-dollar projects. It's no longer something that is guesswork. There's actually a rhythm to it. There's a recipe to it. And the only way to work in this department is to have gone through the daufruit department. So we're very sloppy with daufruit, and over here we have tried and true methods. And we're even watching to see what people did on daufruit that they might have had success over there. So we use this trio of software to ingest people, analyze it, and put it in beautiful data visualizations so that new people on the team can understand very quickly how to tap in to all these resources. So another aspect of DAO Media is coming up with beautiful handbooks. And when I say beautiful, we make them for consumers. None of our handbooks in the company are only for internal viewing. Literally everything we do is a consumer-based product. Some of this stuff we give away for free, some of it we charge for. Sometimes we'll give the PDF away free, but you buy the paperback. But this is an interesting view on how to run the policies and procedures. So we take all that analytical data, and once it starts looking like there's a real recipe to it, that's when we start putting it into handbooks. We brand the entire handbook just like you see here. So this is a book by one of our board members, Zane, and it's called Igniting Curiosity. So this teaches how to ignite your curiosity, and this is an actual hardback book that is going to all consumers and also in that first piece of our entire program. So now you should be getting a very clear understanding of how all of this works. Ignite Curiosity for children, daufruit for the interns and people wanting to play in real life businesses. But then we move over to DAO Media when we're going to analyze that and treat it a lot more professionally. Let's talk about the backend architecture in another part of our company known as DAO Ninja. Now, in DAO Ninja, this is still very fun, it's still very creative, and this is where people doing the GitHub projects, people doing repos, they're still students, they're still learning. We want this to be creative as well, so we actually have some various aspects of this that I want to discuss. For DAO Ninja, we have a magazine known as Jiva. The Jiva magazine goes over a lot of the tried and true methods that we know as recipes. We also are partnered with Unreal, and we go over how to put games together, and then we use Azure repos, and we use GitHub a lot to access a DevOps platform. And we really push people at this stage to get certified in other aspects of Microsoft. And the Microsoft certification is just one company. We also push people to get certifications with many other tech companies that set standards. This DAO Ninja is an entire community for the backend developers. We really want to combine entertainment, education, and production all at the same time. So while yes, they are students and they are always learning, these are full-time employees too that have careers in development. Let's look at what that looks like. So as they have careers with us, we are partnering with multiple small boutique design and development agencies, such as GeekSpot and Crumpix, two of our partners. We prep these students to go through, and then once they get to this company here, they get live projects, they get a live manager. They're going to be expected to understand all the past pieces that they put together. And taking that a step further, we also like to put their work up on Twitch. And the reason we want to put that up on Twitch, which is a platform to stream all they're doing on the back end. So let's then talk about the back end of our platform and how all of this runs. This is an overview of the back-end operations that we don't have that many employees on, but this is kind of the main framework of how the company's held together. So the more you understand this, you can even move into that back-end and make development decisions and implementations over here. So we have 4 different quadrants. Let's talk about one of those quadrants, the operations and the HR. So as we bring people on, they're either coming by being students in the Ignite Curiosity program and then they get pushed along to daufruit, or we're making use of LinkedIn and we're making use of Dynamics 365, the talent and acquisitions, to ingest people and bring them onto our projects. And another piece of that, everybody is on the Azure Active Directory. So all of our programs that we make, they're all compatible with users being inside of those databases. And then we kick out Gantt projects and Agile methodology using Microsoft Project. And back, if you remember on the other side, it taps into Microsoft Planner with the more introductory stuff. All of that is held together with our DAO server. Now, the majority of our server sits on Azure. We use multiple virtual machines and blobs, Azure Resource Manager, to bring all of these together. We also love using Docker and Kubernetes to make sure that everything can scale and it's fluid and it can flow between different platforms. And then the little rocket ship, we use Azure Pipelines, and we take Azure Pipelines and we take that information and we push it out to multiple different streams. So every single project we have gets access to multiple streams. Now, why do we do that? Because we want to take analytics of that. So one stream of that could be going over to Insights, Azure Insights. Another could be going to our finance team. Then we also have Power BI, visual representation of all of that software. We really just tap into that analytics very, very deeply. That gives the DAO Media team a lot of information that they can then go over. Without any of this analytics, DAO Media it's not capable of putting policies and procedures together. It's not capable of coming up with beautiful software. And the Azure Pipelines also taps in to development operations. So on the DAO Cloud, we have a multitude of areas over here, and that takes what's on the back end of the server and it makes it easily accessible to the programmers in DAO Ninja. So we use Azure repos. We also use Git repositories. Now those have 2 different purposes. The Azure repos are for the DAO Ninja staff, where the GitHub repositories, which isn't as hard to understand and we don't have to actually onboard people, the GitHub repository, that goes out to just to the common public and also our interns over at daufruit. And we make sure that we use Azure files or Azure blobs to make sure that everything is flowing. So when we acquire a new company or we start partnering with somebody, we migrate everything they have to this Azure platform. That way it can ingest and use every single resource you see here in this network. And then we also use content delivery networks just to make sure that this is lightning fast. So moving on, we then want to talk about Marissa. Marissa is the artificial intelligence platform, and she represents every single area of our company that is automated, that is using cognitive services. So we put playbooks together. After DAO Media understands things really well, and after those repos start finding a flow and there's a very clear recipe of what should be happening on the HR side, we then replace that HR with the artificial intelligence so that HR can go on to new research and development. So we really embrace AI to take care of the mundane and repetitive tasks that are tried and true based on our analytics and based on all of our insights. So we put a lot of time and resources into Marissa. She does customer service calls. She does virtual assisting. She even will follow up with emails, and she'll make posts automatically for us. And there's a lot of different components that make up Marissa, but she's the face of that entire AI platform. So if we then zoom back out and look at everything combined, you can see that we have a beautiful platform that allows people to come on board and ignite curiosity. And then if they want to go further with us, they can step onto daufruit and get real life experience, learn enterprise tools, and learn enterprise communication tactics and project management. And then if they want to take that a step further and really be serious, they can go into either DAO Media or DAO Ninja. DAO Media if they want to be customer facing and be social and interactive, and DAO Ninja if they more want to do design, development, and the backend stuff. And then we have our entire cloud infrastructure set up, primarily right now using Azure. And this makes up the beautiful interface and is the reason why we're very successful and moving forward at such a great speed right now.